Aloha everyone, what is really good, my dudes? Today is November 22nd, 2021. We got another RuneScape update for y'all. Today we see the start of the Golden Partyhat hunt, the finale for the Once Upon a Time in Geilinor Miniquest series, as well as a ninja strike. So without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. Let's go.
Cats is the illest. What you talking about, Willis?
Alright guys, to start off, the Golden Partyhat hunt has begun. Starting today, for the next 6 weeks, you have a chance to collect shards and build yourself a Golden Partyhat. There are 11 different ways to gather shards, however 8 is all you need to construct one. You can only create one per account, but the party hat itself is tradable. You can start off by visiting the wise old man at the Grand Exchange in Varrock to give you your first shard. Clicking the shard will open the interface to tell you how to get the other shards, and will track your progress. Do note that only one shard is awarded for each activity category. You do need members to access the shards. However, the party hat itself is free to play. Iron Man can participate, and there is some bad luck mitigation to help avoid those outliers with really bad luck. That all said, let's now look at the finale of the Once Upon a Time in Geilinor Miniquest series. Throughout the year, we've had foreshadowing, flashback, and fortunes, and now we have the finale. Completing the finale will reward you 4 quest points. It is necessary for the quest point cape, and it allows you to get the ultimate reward from May's Quest Caravan, a tier 5 magical die. You also get some cosmetic rewards, and also one of the shards from the Golden Partyhat, so it's definitely worth doing this. Head over to Closure in his office to get started on the finale. Do note that you do need to have completed the 3 previous mini quests in the series to start the finale. Now, having said all that, we're going to now shift on over to the ninja strike and see what they got up to with today's update. So, starting off with pets and familiars. The following object pets have been converted to follower pets: Abyssal Minion, Baby Basilisk, Minitrice, and the Baby Cuirass. The Thaler cost for any extra copies above will be refunded. They improved the messaging when performing an erroneous action with a familiar special attack, improved overall messaging surrounding the fight functionality on legendary pets who can fight. Pets that were recently converted from object pets to follower pets were missing special effects, text, and animations that would trigger when a pet was active. This has been fixed. They fixed an issue where familiar special attacks weren't usable via the action bar. Fixed an issue where players would get random ghost messages about legendary pet fights, and changing a legendary pet abilities while it's summoned will no longer stop it from doing random actions such as scavenging or emotes. Taking a look at Miniquest, they've done a bunch of changes to the city quests. They now have new cooldowns based on your reputation tier. By default, the cooldown is 15 to 20 minutes. Tier 2 will be 10 to 15 minutes. At 4, there will be 5 to 10 minutes. Tier 6 is 0 to 5 minutes. And then at Tier 8, there is no cooldown for city quests in Miniquest. An info box will now appear informing the player when a city quest is available. The enhancer has been buffed so that it doubles the base reputation gained, doubles the progress for the fight for your right set of achievements, and doubles the amount of rolls for the 2 jewels from the Jewels of Elid collection. They also adjusted the description of the enhancer to reflect these changes, and there are additional checks for giving the player a jewel depending on their inventory or bank space. And that is it for your main game update. We're going to now finally shift on over to the patch notes and see what's been changed with today's update, so let's go ahead and check it out. They fixed an issue where the cleave and sweep abilities were sharing the same cooldown. In order to combat this, the following has been implemented. A debuff icon has been added to show that the ability is on cooldown. Cleave remains at 7.2 seconds while sweep is 7 seconds. As a result, using sweep no longer puts cleave on cooldown and vice versa. The loot interface now has a settings button that will open the loot system settings interface. Added orichalcum salvage to an array of items that can be processed by the spring cleaner. The money pouch will now show the total amount of coins gained when receiving multiple stacks of gold within a single game tip, instead of only the most recent amount received. This is most notable in situations when you're using area loot or collecting from the Grand Exchange transactions. The filterable message in the chat box will still display individual amounts separately. The gear siphon interface can now be used while in combat. However, using the siphon counter to enter a custom amount will interrupt skilling and will itself be interrupted by combat. Iron Man accounts that unintentionally receive lucky dip tickets from skilling activities in September have their tickets removed. The description text for the invention task enhancer is now more descriptive. They've removed restocking time from the skill cape shops in the max guild, removed the buy all option for shop items that have less than 2 in stock, added the stock number for any skill cape in the generic shop interface. The Berserk, Maniacal, and Reckless auras have their full effects added to their description within the aura interface, and they've added more information to the examine text of these auras. Moving on to some balancing changes, taking a look at the Magma Tempest ability, Magma Tempest will now unlock 2 versions of the same ability, Magma Tempest and Magma Tempest Targeted. Targeted works as you would expect prior to this update, allowing to be fired on an NPC or specific tile. The other variant is more akin to a standard ability, requiring no extra inputs and firing the Tempest at your current targets, while also working with Revolution. Both versions share a cooldown and will appear as separate ability icons. It has also been nerfed, where Magma Tempest damage has been reduced from 5% to 25% per hit, down to 5% to 19% per hit, and it can no longer critically strike. They have also buffed the Scripture of Jas as it was underperforming, basically increasing the damage cap from the Scripture from 10k up to 30k damage. Moving on to some other changes, they've increased the drop rate for the resident anima of Bic from skilling nodes in the Sentistan. Fishing and hunter nodes have a 50% chance to award anima, and mining and woodcutting have a 100% chance every time you gather a resource. The particles that appear on the core underneath Crosis are now red, blue, and yellow in order to help with color blindness. Colorblind mode can be toggled through right-click on Gorvik. They fixed an issue that prevented Tempest of Armadale from dealing additional hits to nearby targets when combined with Greater Chain. Fixed an issue where Flying Firewatch in Miraditch could bite whomever is attacking them instead of their intended targets. In response to player feedback, they've added the name of your current Slayer or Reaper monster to the Slayer counter tooltip to more easily determine the name of the target when the counter is in shrink mode. In response to player feedback, they reduced the size of the cash bags in daily challenge reward chests, so large are now mediums and mediums are now small. Also, all cash bags have been substituted for oddments if you are an Iron Man. Aura refresh items that are gained through the daily challenge weekly reward system are automatically added to your aura refresh interface. They fixed a number of stretching issues with the augmented fracture staff of Armadale across dyed and undyed variants. Corrected the hard Falador achievement mass production's crafting prerequisite to rune crafting. Fixed an issue where the weekly reward chest from the daily challenge update could be searched for on the Grand Exchange. Fixed an issue which allowed the marketplace and bank to be open at the same time. And finally fixed an issue where the oddment store would not stay open when opened through the treasure hunter tab. So that is it for your patch notes. Links to everything discussed in this video will be down in the description below. Head on over there, check them out. With that, I'm going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you are not subscribed yet and you want to stay up to date on all things RuneScape related, then hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. I am out. Aloha.